It's been one of the most anticipated finals.
And now let's watch it. The Chicago Bulls, their second three-peat.
Back-to-back championship.
Bounce.
We did it! The NBA championship. Simply amazing.
Welcome once again to the NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV. Downtown Oklahoma City, the Paycom Center, home of the Thunder, packed and ready to go. Boy, they had a thunderstorm outside, a downpour, and look at the result, a beautiful rainbow as we get set for game one. They've had thunderstorms in this building all season long. It's been almost impossible to win on the road here in OKC. Starting lineup brought to you by Ford. And for Rick Carlisle and the Pacers, same starting five the entire playoffs. This now their 17th game. But for OKC, the first change in their starting lineup, Cason Wallace, who started 43 games in the regular season, gets his first playoff start. Isaiah Hartenstein will come off the bench. And boy, are they ready. They're going to stand until the first bucket for their team. It's one of the great atmospheres in all of basketball. And we are so fired up. You get goosebumps, Richard Jefferson, just when you walk on the floor for game one.
Oh, this is exciting. This is what every player dreams about.
Again, we've got this great offense against the best defense. Jalen Williams gets inside, well defended. There's Wallace, the 21-year-old, getting his final start. Lou Dort, first shot won't go. And Neesmith with the rebound.
Mike, that is an enormous change for Oklahoma City. In Hartenstein, he is their best screener, an excellent offensive rebounder facilitator. But in Cason Wallace, Richard, you downsize a little bit and you get an elite defender on the floor.
And for the Pacers, if you're the Pacers coming into this, you made them adjust first. As you see, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with his little lefty layup. But if I'm the Indiana Pacers and I see that they have already adjusted to us before playing 1 minute, to me that gives me confidence if you're the Pacers.
Well, both teams have only lost 4 times in these playoffs. As Nembhard misses. And don't be surprised if you see some early missed shots and some turnovers. Yes, even these great players, they've got the nerves here to start game one. Chet Holmgren, nice fake, drives inside, gets in, layup, shot's good.
His off-the-bounce game makes him so much more dangerous. That's a 7-footer putting it on the deck and going to the cup.
Pascal Siakam poked away, but he gets it back, knocked away a second time, a third time. Siakam gets it back, shot clock at 6. Neesmith comes up short. Well defended that time from Jalen Williams. There's that swarming defense already from OKC.
Yeah, that defense, it's going to attack you, but you still have to be careful because Indiana will make you pay if you don't get it.
Block shot from Neesmith. And we talk so much about Indiana and their great offense. They are such an improved defensive team, including Neesmith, who's a tough, strong defender.
Big, strong, physical. He actually takes a bump, absorbs it, and still positioned to block. It's so good.
Mark Daigneault was talking just about that fact. Yeah, we know we've got to stop them offensively, but they make it physical. Gilgeous-Alexander to Dort. Little baseline shot rolls off. Pacers will look to push the pace. Lots of ball movement. Not an easy team to defend. Halliburton throws it up. That won't go. Jalen Williams the rebound. Stops, pulls up, three-pointer, got it. Nembhard to Turner. Turner inside, blocked, but a foul. Holmgren got it with his hands, but the body committed the foul, and 2 free throws for Miles Turner.
And you see J-Dub just steps into it. Pascal's got to give him a little bit of space, but that's where OKC is so good. They get that ball, they push it up. Shai's trailing behind. They're not fully matched up. This is the confidence that OKC has to knock down shots in transition, to trust each other to take those moments.
The switch in lineup makes you smaller, but it also makes you faster. These two teams, two of the fastest paced. highest scoring and best at taking care of the basketball, but succeed on different ends of the floor.
Interesting, Mark Daigneault not afraid to make changes in the biggest game of the season after all the success they've had so far in these playoffs.
But that's what I said. If I'm the Indiana Pacers and I'm in that locker room, I'm saying, hey, look, they've already adjusted to us. They've adjusted to us because you're looking for, even if it's artificial confidence, you're looking for something to give you a mental edge.
Holmgren showing his ball handling ability, kicks it out in the corner. Lou Dort. Williams had some great games in the conference final. Turns, shoots, can't get it. Pascal Siakam with the rebound. Siakam was the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals in a 6-game victory against New York. Smith up top. Halliburton guarded by Jalen Williams. Siakam has the height advantage and quickly goes to the rim.
That may be the biggest strategic thing for the Indiana Pacers. Pascal Siakam punishing smaller players.
Wallace penetrates, wide open. Lou Dort can't get it. Nembhard brings it the other way. Nembhard trying to go coast to coast, bumped by Dort, and a travel. Looked like they hit each other's feet, but it's called a travel.
So OKC is a hard team to gain advantages against. The start of Cason Wallace means you're a little smaller. Pascal Siakam is a guy who can play all over the floor offensively, but if he's guarded against a small Richard, that's a problem.
Gilgeous-Alexander lost the handle and out of bounds. He thought he got fouled. Pacer ball.
Well, and you're talking about Pascal Siakam. That's the one player that you look at, player to player, you feel like he's the one matchup problem for them. They have multiple defenders, and everyone's going to get a chance to see him, but he's just so big and athletic.
Smith tries to get inside. Dort, great ball denial, turnover. And they turn it over right back. Holmgren mad at himself. Threw it too far ahead. Not only do the Thunder force more turnovers, they commit the fewest, and that is lethal for the opponents. Nembhard. Nembhard looking, finds Siakam. Wallace on him again, the height advantage. And Siakam once again knocks it down.
But DB, that's the thing. He's not even going to try and play bully ball. He got to his spot elevated. The other time there's no one around, I can drive and get a layup.
SGA with a three-pointer. Oklahoma City, the three-point ball, part of their arsenal as Turner gets that to go, but not a major part. Different from a lot of the top teams in the NBA. Williams finds some space. Jump shot off the mark. Halliburton quickly races up the floor. Nembhard wide open, corner three-pointer. That's good. And a quick timeout, Mark Daigneault, as the Pacers come back to tie the game.
We talk about this OKC defense, but pass in transition, knocks it down. And then Siakam takes his time on the post, elevates over a defender. We got a tie game with 7 to go in the first.
Let's take a look at who's ruling the court, brought to you by Burger King. The offensive court has been ruled by Indiana. So many clutch time wins, a lot of terrific comebacks, second in the NBA in scoring, and in the playoffs, #1 in field goal percentage, #1 in three-point percentage. And now they're up against this elite defense and off to a good start after missing their first 4, knocked down the last 4. Then Shepard in, Obi Toppin in as well. Some early substitutions. Williams jumpers off. Halliburton quickly into the front court. Halliburton picked up by SGA. See how the ball moves often without even touching the floor. Toppin on the drive. Shot clock at 6 and throws it in the backcourt. And that's going to be another turnover. That's 3 turnovers so far for Indiana. Rick Carlisle, the veteran coach, of course, won a title with the Dallas Mavericks. Won to win another one here with the Pacers. He was with the Pacers the last time they were in the finals in 2000, assistant coach for Larry Bird. Also won a title as a player with the Celtics He's been in this situation quite a bit.
Oh, I had him as a coach in Dallas in the postseason, and I played against him in the Eastern Conference Finals when he was the head coach of Detroit. I've had some battles with Rick Carlisle, and he will keep you on your toes.
As will that man. Gilgeous-Alexander with his third field goal. He's got 7 of their 12 points, the NBA's leading scorer. Halliburton. Nembhard gets in the paint, finds Turner, ball poked away. There's the double teams and the active hands. Dort that time. Gilgeous-Alexander, jump shot off the mark. Rebound, Dort comes out of the pack, surrounded by 3 Pacers. Holmgren inside. Lots of contact there, and it's going to go the other way. Well, we've seen throughout the playoffs that the officials have let a lot of contact go. You kind of establish a little bit of the way you're going to call it early on.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of every game. Who are my officials? How well do I know them? What are they going to allow?
Turner steps back. The big man can shoot threes. Not that time. Good boxing out from Jalen Williams. Williams an all-star this year. All-NBA. NBA all-defense. And a foul before the shot attempt. Shepard called for his first. And a side out for OKC.
Let's watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's footwork on this drive. But let's also remember he's playing against his countryman and good friend. Watch Nembhard release. He knows Shai is trying to draw contact. But this right here is the balance and the shot making of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander, Nembhard, and Dort all played for Team Canada in the Olympics in Paris this past summer. Lost in the quarterfinals. Mason Wallace, quick release, can't get it to go. Dort tips it out. Offensive rebound. Holmgren can't finish. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Obi Toppin and the Pacers. Not on the shot attempt by Holmgren. On the rebound pursuit by Dort.
And if you're Obi Toppin, you got to wake up. You got to wake up because you're giving up multiple offensive opportunities to that. Look, Lou Dort is just outworking Obi Toppin, and that's before the first initiation tip out. Lou Dort doesn't have the athleticism or the size that Obi Toppin does, and he's already got 6 rebounds.
Gilgeous-Alexander splits the defense inside. Gorgeous move from SGA. He's got 9 early points.
Hartenstein checks in, sets an incredible screen, and then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does the rest. So we talked about it. Hartenstein is the best screener Mark Daigneault has ever coached. He gets his guy free. Shai splits the defenders. There he goes.
Power Forward brought to you by Nissan. Richard.
I want to show you why that first 3 by Nembhard was so uncharacteristic, because this is the normal defense that we see from OKC. Look at them load up, point and talk. There's nowhere to go. They're above the free throw line, all matched up. He sees Chet Holmgren there, knows he can't go in for a layup, and then stops and gets the turnover.
Alex Caruso in, Isaiah Hartenstein, Isaiah Joe. P.J. McConnell comes in. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander knocks it away first. Caruso the second time. They just suffocate and swarm you. Constant deflections.
The flex cut got Nesmith open, but the windows close fast against OKC.
8 on the shot clock. McConnell, super sub. Both teams have just terrific benches. Halliburton misses the 3. Caruso the rebound. One of the reasons they can come at you defensively in waves for OKC and constantly run for Indiana is the depth that both teams have. Halliburton had some magnificent games in the conference finals. And they were out of bounds. Another turnover. That's 5 turnovers, and there's still 4:22 remaining here in the first.
But one key about them, Mike, a couple of them have been dead ball. It's the live ball turnovers that are especially detrimental.
Isaiah Joe on the bounce. Pulls up, jump shot, got it. He's one of their best 3-point shooters. Got a great stroke and a 6-point lead for the Thunder. McConnell, such a spark off the bench, searching. There's Halliburton, goes inside, deflected by Hartenstein. Obi Toppin, double team. Another turnover from Toppin. And it's going to be a backcourt violation. That's 6 turnovers now for Indiana. And because of the turnovers right now, you're right, Doris. OKC's not scoring on them, but they also have taken 8 more shots. Gilgeous-Alexander gets in the paint, throws it up. Hartenstein mistimed his jump. Pass was not good. McConnell. Halliburton. That little push shot nails the three-pointer.
And they're going to need Halliburton to be aggressive to score. Because if he's just aggressive to pass, like you said, Doris, these windows close quickly. On that last possession, there were multiple deflections. He's got to be aggressive to score to open up the pass against this team.
Hartenstein, as SGA goes backdoor. Good ball movement here. Caruso, open 3. It's good. Thunder 3 for 6 from long range. Obi Toppin, another turnover. A rough start from the reserve forward who has played well in the playoffs. And now 7 turnovers for the Pacers. SGA jump shot short. Toppin holding on. Siakam comes to help. And a moving screen call on Siakam. Make that 8 turnovers.
Now, Mike, I'm going to say something, and everybody in Indiana is going to talk about it. They might have to slow down for a second. Slow down, catch your breath, everything. So even for the Pacers, if they're moving at a 9-speed normal, they're moving at 10-11 right now. Jump in the air to make passes, making these uncharacteristic mistakes. They've got to slow down and take a deep breath.
He likes to take different takes, don't you think? Michelob Ultra Zero, bringing fans chances to win prizes throughout the NBA playoffs. Scan for your chance to win. And a turnover this end, this time for the Thunder. That's their 3rd. But if you're Indiana and you look at that turnover number and realize you're only down 6, you've got to feel pretty good. You have not played well. And it's just 19-13. McConnell sneaks inside like he always does, banks it home. Hartenstein fakes, now drives, lost it momentarily. Using his offhand, blocked but foul. Turner to the foul, Hartenstein with the 2 free throws.
Once TJ McConnell got healthy, his ankles were bothering him early, and it impacted his ability to do this. The guy is incredible, getting to his spots on the floor off the bench. A lot of times it's to that sweet spot, 10, 15 feet. That time he goes right to the cup.
Hartenstein in his first year, trying a 3-year deal. As for the Thunder, this is his 6th team in 7 years. He's making more money this season than he did in his first 6. Sometimes it takes players a little longer to find their niche in the NBA. Boys, he found it. Did it with New York last year, and he's been the perfect fit with the Thunder.
Well, he made the money this year with the New York Knicks. He was outstanding with them in New York. And I guarantee you, when you show all the jerseys he's worn, there's going to be a lot of teams and fans being like, we had this guy on our roster and we couldn't figure it out.
McConnell. Benedict Mathurin, who can be a good scorer off the bench. Thomas Bryant out there. Nimhard. Air ball. Indiana 2 for 8 from 3. SGA stops, continues, layup, missed it. Ball to Hartenstein, banks home the follow. 8-point lead with a minute and a half to play here in the first.
OKC in some sort of zone.
Hartenstein the foul. They say before the shot.
Mike, one of the things Mark Degno told us before the game is don't underestimate how good Indiana's defense is. We've got to play with force offensively. They have all played with a level of assertiveness and aggressiveness, be it off the glass, trying to get to the drive game. They have played with force offensively.
Something they've been working on for a year and a half. They were a great offensive team last year, but were inconsistent at the other end. Mathurin drives, goes right inside, blocked from behind by Caruso. The help defense is off the charts. SGA pull up, got it. Timeout Dallas. Or timeout Indiana, Rick Carlisle's old team.
You talked about it, Mike. You think you have an opportunity. You see multiple defenders coming and attacking. And look, no pen, no paper, but this man knows how to draw attention. Shea knocking down the mid-range and loving it.
Welcome back to the NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV here in Oklahoma City, Game 1. And what we've seen all season from the Thunder, spectacular defense. They forced 8 turnovers, as the Pacers have more turnovers than field goals made. Final minute here in the opening period. McConnell, nice spin move, gets inside, falling away, jumper's good. Always in attack mode. Hartenstein, who came off the bench for the first time in these playoffs, drives inside, layup is good, and a foul. Used the right hand. The lefty with a beautiful move and a chance for a three-point play.
So in Minnesota, there's a point at which I was like, I want Isaiah Hartenstein to start thinking about his own offense. And tonight, he has been aggressive from the outset. What they're anticipating is the dribble handoffs because he's such a good facilitator. But spin off that defender, get to the cup, show him your right hand, Isaiah.
He can put the ball on the floor, he can pass. He credits that when he was a kid. His dad coached him. His dad was a coach and a player. And in the games they played, on 1/4 of every game, he was not allowed to shoot. No shots that entire quarter and had to work on other parts of the game, and it served him well.
Meanwhile, tell Little Rich to shoot it every time he touches it.
Obi Toppin catches, fires, and hits the three. That's got to feel good. Had a couple of turnovers early. Backs that one down. And a whistle and a foul.
This is something I love that Indiana does. They push up and pressure, but you can tell OKC has been anticipating that. Their screening positioning in the backcourt has been on point already.
So in the penalty, Gilgeous-Alexander shoot the free throws. OKC has taken 3. Indiana just 2 here in the first. It's time for Try It free throws with YouTube TV. Scan the QR code to unlock your 21-day free trial to get your favorite sports and live TV in one app. Always, when you start a new series, there's a feeling out process because often the opponent that you play in the next series is so different from the previous one. What are you seeing from both teams in figuring this out?
Well, I think Indiana is learning how small these gaps are that you can make passes. And even you go one more level, changing that starting lineup right before the game, that's another mentality thing. I like that for Indiana, but also I think it gave OKC the speed to be effective.
Halliburton guarded by Dort. Good pressure by Dort. Nesmith stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Final seconds. Gilgeous-Alexander 1 second. Gets it off in time. Back shot won't go. And that will end the first fittingly off a turnover. 9 turnovers for Indiana against this suffocating defense. The league MVP did it on the offensive end with 12 points. First quarter complete here in game 1. 9-point lead for OKC.
Welcome back to the NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. Tyrese, turnovers hurt you guys in that first quarter. Just how do you clean that up?
Yeah, we just got to settle into the game. There's too many dumb turnovers right now. They're a good defensive team, but I feel like a lot of them are unforced, so we got to be better on that end.
The first finals for most of you guys, you mentioned settling in. Just how do you do that, manage the emotions of all of it?
Yeah, I think, experiencing it. We got to push them out there in that first quarter. Now we got to be able to respond.
All right, thanks for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Mike?
All right, Lisa, Obi Toppin responding. Hit a couple of threes after that rough start. Meanwhile, A.J. Mitchell getting some interesting early minutes. The rookie from UC Santa Barbara. Wiggins falling away, banks it home. Wiggins in for the first time. Only one starter in there right now for Indiana, Siakam. So it's Toppin, Shepard, Mathurin, and McConnell. Again, good movement with the ball, but the defense matching. Toppin short that time. Hartenstein. Boy, Doris, he didn't start, but he's making an impact.
He's just so smart, Mike. Excellent defensive rebounder, excellent offensive rebounder, and you can facilitate through him.
Williams' jump shot too strong, topping the rebound. Again, the Pacers will look to push. Thunder always look to get back defensively. Nice lob pass, stripped by Caruso, but a foul. He does not like the call. Mark Daigneault looking up at the big screen. Don't think he's going to challenge here. And he shouldn't.
Why was Alex's face like that? This is my thing on these plays, and it's happened to bigs, it's happened to so many players. If you catch that ball, catch high, keep high. They are coming. Their hands, their deflections, their steals. If you keep that in your Pascal Siakam, put it up.
Well, time for tonight's upcoming national TV schedule, brought to you by American Express. WNBA on ABC Saturday, Las Vegas at Golden State, 3 Eastern time, and then ABC Sunday, Game 2, a little earlier start, 8 Eastern time, right back here in Oklahoma City.
The other point of those entry passes, Richard, is the window closes fast. So, you know, if you got to ball fake it to enter it, little bounce pass, whatever it takes. But if Pascal has an advantage, you've got to find him.
Well, with all that's happened, it's just a 6-point game. Caruso, though, comes flying in. Instant energy off the bench, the other new addition to this team. And Williams called for a foul. That's going to be his first.
Alex Caruso, the one player with championship experience on OKC. Plays aggressive, defensive end, but what I like about him is you never call a play for him, and he'll end the game with 10, 12, 15 points.
Mathurin, a shot won't go. Caruso tips it. Last finals game Caruso played in was 2020 Game 6 with the Lakers. He started that game. Caruso drives and draws the foul on Shepherd.
I talked about it. You don't have to call a play for him. This is a simple throw ahead. He looks at the defender, goes at his body with a simple crossover, and that's the part about having a player like Caruso come off your bench. Elite defensively, but also he finds ways to be aggressive scoring.
So he played in the finals. Obviously, Pascal Siakam, who played great for Toronto in their 2019 title run. He played in the finals. And Thomas Bryant actually played 29 seconds, but he played in the finals with Denver on their 2023 run. So only 3 players on these rosters have ever played in a finals game.
Is that going to manifest in some way in particular, Richard?
No, I wouldn't think so, because Alex Caruso, again, you talk about the voice in the locker room. He's going to tell the players what it's like. Same thing with Pascal Siakam. He's won a G League championship.
Yeah.
He's won an NBA championship. So all these players are pretty much experiencing this for the first time.
Siakam said he's going to tell his teammates there's a lot more people around during the finals. Shepherd fires away and hits the 3. They've got a number of players who shoot the ball well from downtown. Again, they're the #1 3-point shooting team in this postseason. Arnstein won't go. Mitchell, offensive rebound. Wiggins tries. Too strong. Mitchell tips it right to Shepherd.
Trying to get it to Pascal.
He's got Wiggins on him. Good defender, but a height advantage for Siakam. Falling away, jumper. Arnstein grabs it. Arnstein 7 points and 4 rebounds off the bench already. Jalen Williams using the left hand, won't go, but a foul. And more free throws for the Thunder.
Richard, you and I were talking about this. Pascal going to be so important. His ability to flex into different matchup advantages. The man about to shoot free throws got to flex into his advantages. When Shea goes out, the offense runs through Jalen Williams.
And Jalen Williams has grown so much over the course of this season. But when you still look at him compared to Pascal Siakam, even the size difference that Pascal has, there's a full advantage that Pascal has against pretty much everyone in his position on OKC.
Siakam's also in amazing condition, just runs nonstop all game long. As Williams, his second free throw. Williams is 24 years old. This is his 3rd year. As Richard said, boy, as he blossomed, he has become one of the great co-stars in the NBA. Turner back in. Shepherd running, firing. Turner offensive rebound, knocked out of his hands, picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell rifles a pass to Holmgren. Shot won't go, but a foul. As Turner's going to pick up his second. Heck of a pass from Mitchell.
And you look, Indiana again, moving the ball. Great shot there, good quality shot, but you got to catch high, keep high. That's exactly what I said. You can't bring that ball down against this team. They will get steals and deflections.
And they made the call on Shepherd, so Shepherd picks up his third. Turner still has one.
As soon as you bring that ball down, it is over. It is over against this team. The referees know it, the players know it. And one thing I like about what Rick Carlisle did, he just did a hockey substitution. He took everybody out, and in order to keep his guys fresh, Dagnall took 3 players out. So you can already see adjustments in the way they're substituting.
Both teams have played the wear them down game throughout the season. And as Holmgren will shoot. Holmgren had some great games in the Western Conference Finals. Remember, he's missed 50 games during the regular season with that hip injury, and they still won 68. That's where Hartenstein was so important. Halliburton, 11-point lead, equals the largest here in the first half. Nesmith inside, nice entry pass. Turner can't get it. Followed, blocked by Dort. Knocked out of bounds, but a foul.
But that's what I'm talking about, the entry passes. It's got to be quick. And this is just a ball reversal to an entry quick. And just a little up fake to get the position. You're talking about the catch high, keep high. Good second response there by Miles.
So free throws for Turner. Perhaps no other Pacer appreciating this final appearance more than Miles Turner, his entire 10-year career with Indiana. And it hasn't always been easy. He had his ups and downs, injuries, trade rumors. Teams had stretches where they got swept in the playoffs. Last year was magnificent for him. He was very emotional after clinching the Eastern Conference Championship the other night and getting his first NBA Finals appearance.
Well, no, it is beautiful to watch Turner. He's one of those guys that has always put that time in, name always in trade rumors, but he shows up every day like a professional, and he's being rewarded here with a Finals appearance.
And healthy the last 2 years, that's the key. Mitchell got it back. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Wallace goes at Halliburton. Double clutch, can't get it. Turner the rebound, poked away. Wallace got a hand on it. Mitchell, three-pointer, gets his own rebound. Back up, shot short. Mitchell is not afraid. He's aggressive out there. Halliburton, nice fake, launches that three-pointer. It's good. Halliburton with his second three. And even with all the turnovers, the Pacers back within 6.
So if Halliburton's playing, there's a high screen coming. And you said it, Richard. He's not a guy who needs the ball to dominate. He's always unselfish, willing to share it, but he also has to be dynamic. I don't care what it looks like, folks. Don't mess with the shot. Hallie cooking from 3.
Tonight's Access brought to you by Visible. It's Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, Miles. Yeah, Miles. Go, roll. Come back to me. Come back to me. Yeah, P. Right here to your right to me. P. My fault, I'm getting off it too easy. Here we go, here we go. Win this minute. Hey, win this minute, P. Win this minute. I'm settled in now. I was a little antsy. Too quick. I can breathe now.
He always plays with such a joy as Gilgeous-Alexander knocks that down. I don't know if it's joyful playing against this Thunder defense, though, right now.
No, but I love what he said. Even one of the fastest playing teams know that they need to slow down a beat, but that's part of being in the finals for the first time. Your heart's racing, adrenaline's pumping.
Nesmith with 5 to shoot. Gets off a three-pointer. Can't get to the fall. Holmgren the rebound.
Pretty incredible to think. 6 offensive rebounds for this OKC team. 11 turnovers forced. So that's 17 extra chances. And yet Indiana down 6 through all of that.
It's kind of the story of their season, Doris. They hang around. Sometimes it's not pretty, but they've got a special fight in them all season long. coming back from a rough start, coming back in a lot of playoff games. Nembhard draws the foul. That's going to be 2 on Dort. First team All-NBA defense this year. First time he made one of those teams, and much deserved.
And I love this by Nembhard. Look, he takes his time, and look, you got to be physical with Dort. You got to put that shoulder into the middle of his chest, and only because his arm was down. Dort's got to be smarter with that one foul. Now he has 2, going straight up.
Well, first free throw goes down. 8 miles, just 8 miles from here. Devon Park in Oklahoma City. Game 2 of the Women's College World Series currently airing on ESPN. Texas leading the best-of-3 series 1-0 after the come-from-behind win. A game attended by our very own Richard Jefferson.
Oh, not just me. My kids were there. They had a great time. So much fun. Any opportunity you get to support women's sports or take your kids to go support women's sports, go do it. It was amazing.
BB, the camera-shy Richard Jefferson. I turned on the TV to watch the game. First thing I see, he's on camera.
Well, I was just showing my love to the softball community. They know how much I love them.
Offensive foul. Nembhard. 2 fouls on Nembhard.
Well, Isaiah Joe just trying to anticipate where he's going on the floor. And just gets into his path, takes it square in the chest. Really well done.
That's one of his strengths. Excellent at drawing charges. Another one of those players off the bench. They've got second-round players, undrafted players come off the bench that might start for other teams. But fulfill their role here. Gilgeous-Alexander, short. Halliburton racing up the floor, leans in, tried to draw a foul on Holmgren. Neesmith kicks it out in the corner. Nembhard, 3-pointer missed. They're 6 of 16. 16 of their 27 shots have come from 3. High dribble there from Wallace, gets the shot off, but can't get it to go, and then commits a foul.
Boy, did you see the individual defense of Aaron Neesmith? This guy is so good. He's big. He is strong. He has got lateral speed. Just staying in front, fighting him every step of the way. We talk about OKC being physical and being handsy. Well, Mr. Neesmith equal to that task.
Oh, I'm telling you that Cleveland is having nightmares. They were watching them pressure and attack them. That backcourt of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, they put so much pressure on them. They're ready for anything.
Redeem this NBA 2K25 locker code. Add 100 overall player to your My Team lineup. As Neesmith hits the first. Neesmith, of course, had that spectacular game 1 against the Knicks and hit those 3-pointers in that amazing comeback that completely turned that series around, even just in game 1. The interesting thing is when he got out of Vanderbilt, the scouting report on him on some of the draft things, he wasn't a good defender. Now he's one of the better defenders.
You'd be surprised how good of a defense you'll play when you're trying to survive in this league, Mike.
Siakam drives and finishes. Beautiful move. Ball kept alive off the missed free throw. And the Pacers back within 4. Showing that grit once again. They've done it throughout the postseason. Jalen Williams. Dort hesitated at first and then knocks down the 3. His first field goal. Halliburton. Look at Holmgren trying to guard him. Holmgren moves his feet so well for a big man. Ball again poked away. Boy, the passing lanes are narrow in OKC. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to fall.
Boy, he's uber aggressive. 11 shots in the first quarter, and he's doing the same thing here. This might be offensive.
Another turnover. 14, and there's still 4:41 to play in the second.
And look, he's trying to get that post up. And that's just not smart. You got to use your body. You've got to be smart with it. That's an easy call, especially for the official with a smaller player. You got to be very calculated with how you attack them with their aggression.
2 fouls on Turner. 7-point lead for the Thunder. Holmgren, plenty of space. Can't hit the 3. Ball batted around, stolen by Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander hesitated, now gets into the paint. Williams on the drive. Dort, a high arcing three. It's good. New tonight on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane. Draymond Green, plus music from multi-platinum artist $. All new Kimmel tonight on ABC. Let's listen to Rick Carlisle.
Listen, 50-50 balls, all right? Rebounding, all right? And ball security down there. You can't dribble into a crowd against this team, all right? Can't throw tight bounce passes against this team, all right? Make the adjustment. If you get an angle on whether a defender's driving hard, blow up.
These teams are making adjustments all season long.
They've been making adjustments, but Mike, are you familiar with Ty Dolla $ign? Are you familiar with him?
I know him just as $. That's how.
Oh, okay. You guys are that. Okay.
I'm not buying it for a second.
No.
Mathurin, Wallace keeps them in front. Halliburton, shot clock at 5. Siakam. Jalen Williams right in front of him. Siakam contested shot well short, an air ball. Mathurin right there, knocked away. And a 24-second violation. It's like they have 6 guys out there on defense.
Boy, the initial defense on Pascal by Jalen, so good. Look at the challenge that he gets on that shot.
Caruso, corner 3. Rebound deflected, picked up by Mathurin. Neesmith shaken up, slow to get up down the other end. Another turnover. Here comes Caruso. Goes right into Neesmith. Offensive foul. Caruso barreling down and picks up his second.
This is off the Mathurin steal right here. That's the perfect charge. He was slow to get back, but luckily he was back there, or else that would have been an easy layup for Caruso. But ultimately, it's like you got to slow down if you're in Indiana just a little bit,
We all love Caruso. He's an amazing player, one of the best defenders. But that's 2 fouls he's committed, and he wanted challenges on both, and neither were close.
I told you the challenge, once the challenge happens, it should be automatic, just like a timeout.
Neesmith. McConnell back in. Had a couple of quick buckets when he first entered. Good ball denial from Wallace. Stolen by Caruso. 18 turnovers in the first half. Jalen Williams can't get it. Neesmith. That's the most in any half all season, regular season or playoffs for these Pacers. Obi Toppin misses the 3. And yet it's only a 10-point game. The Pacers defense has been strong and tough as well.
It has, Mike, and there's a maturity to this group. They just keep playing.
Dort knocks down another 3, his 3rd here in the first half. And this is the largest lead. Another errant pass. Wow, Gilgeous-Alexander way off. 6 of 16 from the field. Siakam has the advantage down low. Halliburton picks it out. McConnell. McConnell nails the 3.
You can see they want McConnell to make a shot. Dort would normally sell out to challenge. He closed short on purpose.
McConnell's their 2nd leading scorer, and he's only played 9 minutes. Williams drives, bank shot, it's good. 2nd field goal for Jalen Williams. Under 2 to play here in the first half. Neesmith drills the 3-pointer deep in the corner.
And that's the thing. We know they have this comeback ability. They are the definition of a 48-minute team. So you got to keep that pressure on them if you're OKC.
SGA on the spin, gets in the paint, left-handed off the glass. Another sweet move from Gilgeous-Alexander. 16 points. Hard screen set by Neesmith as McConnell kicks it out in the corner. Obi Toppin inside. McConnell, little jump shot.
Obi Toppin has settled into the game. Some early shaky turnovers by him, but he makes a couple of threes.
By him? By the whole team?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, no doubt.
And now TJ McConnell is the leading scorer for Indiana. Williams, SGA puts up a three, puts it in. 19 first half points. McConnell again gets the first step. Deflected out of bounds by Wallace. Well, Wallace has got great hands.
This is as aggressive as we've seen the MVP. Took his most shots in the postseason in the first quarter, and his foot remains on the gas pedal.
He is trying to put that pressure on him, and then with the left-hander, that is difficult when you're trying to slow him down. Just the body control, the contact to handle it, and then use your offhand.
He has had 11 games in the playoffs, 11 of 16 where he scored 30 or more. Siakam, the runner, can't get at the ball. Holmgren the rebound. Siakam with 8 points. About a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Holmgren inside. Halliburton got a piece of it. Terrific defensive play. Shot clock turned off. No fouls to give here for OKC. Halliburton stripped down low. Another steal. 4 seconds. Holmgren. Final seconds. Caruso at the buzzer. Won't go. And the first half of game one comes to an end with the Thunder up a dozen. Their defense once again swarming, forcing turnover after turnover. 19 for Indiana. That even with that incredible number, Pacers only down 12. We've got the key at halftime coming up. The showdown between the two-star point guards and the two teams that have made it this far. Malika, Stephen A, Bob, and Perk coming up. 2 quarters complete. 12-point lead for OKC.
ESPN Bet Sportsbook has you covered all playoffs long.
Welcome back. NBA Finals presented by YouTube TV. Game 1. The Thunder led the entire first half. Largest lead was 13. Right now it's a dozen. Their defense once again dominating, including the MVP.
Well, you play in transition if you're Indiana. He doesn't have choices, Richard. Sometimes it's cross matches. He's got to guard a lot of different guys.
No, he's got to, but that's what the MVP does. When you talk about their team defense, he's a part of it. Yes, he might not be the all-defensive guy, but he is doing his part. He is taking care of all of the little things and setting the example.
Pacers, of course, throughout these playoffs, they have been the king of the comebacks. But they need to get their guys going. As we welcome you back to courtside, they've had a lot of comebacks, and this is a team that averages 117 points per game in the playoffs, only 45. What's the key for them? Is it just adjusting to this different defense than what they faced in the previous round?
100%. They were going a little too fast, and I know we talked about that, but ultimately they had to settle in and find the lanes. The lanes aren't always going to be there. Their last series, they played against a team that they had 2 players that they could target. There's no players out here that you can target.
Okay, you're down 12. And your opponent took 18 more shots than you did. All is not lost. Settle into the game, stronger with the basketball.
Cason Wallace again starts. He started the game. Hartenstein coming off the bench for the first time in these playoffs. Nembhard gets inside. Nice adjustment. Can't get at the fall. The tip misses. Turner gets his own rebound. Halliburton left uncontested and can't get the 3. Holmgren with his 4th board. Rebound numbers +6 for Indiana.
And I say this coming out of halftime, who makes the first timeout? Who's going to be the first team to punch first?
Gilgeous-Alexander loves that spot, and nice soft touch goes over the rim.
Mike, he's 6'6". Neesmith wasn't in terrible defensive position, but that's Shea's size as a difference maker.
Good entry pass. And Miles Turner able to finish. Halliburton with the assist, his 4th. There's Cason Wallace. Started a bunch in the regular season, the 21-year-old. What an impression he's made in 2 quick years here. Holmgren knocked away by Turner. Siakam down the lane, running shot and a foul. Jalen Williams will pick up his second as we check in with Lisa Salters.
Yeah, Mike, I talked to a Pacers assistant, Lloyd Pierce, who said exactly what Doris Burke just said, that it wasn't just the 19 turnovers, add in the 6 offensive rebounds, so it's 18 more possessions. He said if that continues, that's going to be a hard battle for us. But again, he said no need to panic. We feel their pressure now. Maybe we're playing a bit too fast off the rebound. He said perhaps you just slow down a bit and then run. But he said we've just got to get shots on the rim.
All right, Lisa. So Siakam to the free throw line. We're going to listen to Rick Carlisle in the locker room at halftime.
But the good thing is, 19 turnovers, they only have 6 points. All right? 6 and 9 points. All right? Not the end of the world. All right? We're right there. We've had a lot of really good looks at threes. Some of them haven't gone in. Stay with the process. All right? Stay with the process.
Well, during the regular season after they played him, Rick Carlisle called OKC the best basketball team on the planet. But his team has come so far since back then, especially here in the postseason. Back to an 11-point game. Opening minutes here in the third. Jalen Williams lines up that three-pointer. Siakam comes away with it. Siakam backs in. Big height advantage, but boy, Wallace battles. And boy, does he battle hard.
First 2 possessions of the game, Cason Wallace got scored on by Siakam. You see the pride there.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's his spot. Mid-range maestro, lead back up to 13.
I love the effort that Wallace played, but ultimately Siakam looked over one shoulder and saw Chet Holmgren there, so he knew he could go there. So he worked middle, battles up there, and is only able to get a tough little floater. That's great team defense. Starts with the individual.
Halliburton for 3, too strong. Nembhard back up top. Turner pass inside. Good swing. Siakam can't get it to fall. Siakam 3 of 8 from the field.
Boy, those are the shots you got to make, Mike. This has been the best shooting team in the playoffs.
Gilgeous-Alexander again turns, can't get it to fall. Halliburton, beautiful pass. Siakam running the floor. Halliburton leads everybody in assists during the playoffs. Wallace, nice move, and the finish. Cason Wallace. His first field goal, first points. Quick ball movement, and Neesmith, the beneficiary. Second three-pointer.
And they're telling their defense, get up, keep that pressure. Because if you can limit your turnovers to maybe 14 in this half, the game could be a little different.
Alley-oop, Wallace and Williams. Williams harassing Siakam. Neesmith on the bounce, drives, leans in. And an offensive foul call. Well, in the end, they seem a little more composed in terms of dealing with this pressure to start the third.
They're a little bit more in DB. Look, when you're watching this defense, look at this. Chest, just showing his body the entire time. Yes, that's an offensive foul, but watch this. And Cason Wallace, he is underrated passer. You see him making passes like that in very tight spots. You know about his defense, he can knock down a shot, but his passes help their offense flow also.
Yeah, he started 43 games during the regular season. He would start for a lot of teams. Jalen Williams can't get it to fall. Turner, outlet Nembhard. Halliburton cross court. Nembhard passed up an open look. Shot clock down to 5. Nembhard off the bounce, gets into the paint. Neesmith shot blocked by Holmgren. Right there, Siakam. Great defensive play, but Siakam stays with it. Wallace inside. A bullet pass from SGA.
So Kaysen beat them individually when they emptied the side, and that time in transition, attacking Halliburton both times.
Crossover, Halliburton. Turner fakes, drives on home and to the rim. Another fake and the finish, but they call it travel. Turner doesn't like the call. Perhaps lifted his pivot foot. And OKC will call a timeout. That's the 22nd turnover. 20 of them in the first half.
100% that's a travel. That's an easy call. That might be the easiest call the referees had all night.
The NBA Finals, presented by YouTube TV, are brought to you by Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. And Ballerina, in theaters tomorrow.
It's time to take a look at what fans are searching for, presented by Google. Searches for the most turnovers in a finals game spiking. Look at that percentage. Now, the most turnovers in a finals game is 34. The Blazers, the year they won the title, it was game one against the Philadelphia 76ers. They lost the game way back in 1977. They were the youngest team ever in the finals, the Blazers. This OKC team is the second youngest, as Williams couldn't get that to go.
Good defense individually by Halliburton. He's got to stay fighting on that end.
Halliburton, jump shot is good. Shot that one over his head. He normally has that kind of funny push shot.
Well, he had to float it over his head and hang in the air a little bit long with that contest.
But Dort answers right back with a three. 12 points for Dort. He's the second player on OKC in double figures. Also has 4 steals. Obi Toppin. 6 on the 24. Nimhard, double team. Kicks it out. Toppin has to put it up. He does, and hits the three. Obi Toppin as the shot clock expired.
That's 2 in this quarter. Pascal Siakam bails him out with an offensive rebound, and Obi a tough shot.
Dort comes right back. Dort's got 5 threes. Hit some big threes in the Denver series in the second round as Nimhard comes right back and banks it home. Boy, Nimhard, he is a tough playoff performer. Holmgren free. Miscommunication defensively that time, and an easy bucket for the Thunder. Turner fouled on the catch. This is often throughout the season the time of game where OKC can go on one of those crazy runs.
But they keep answering, Mike, Indiana. But this is just a little dive to the cup by Chet. And then Lou Dort, he was 30% in the playoffs. I mean, a career high in the regular season, 41%, but he had been struggling massively, and he's got 5.
Halliburton, another floater. Nice move from Halliburton. He's in double figures, just the second pacer. Siakam has 13, Halliburton with 10, and it's an 11-point deficit for Indiana. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls up, jump shot, can't get it to fall. Caruso tips it out. Shot clock reset. Williams, nice fake, and the drive. Mathurin with the block. Benedict Mathurin with the answer. Halliburton launches a three. Hartenstein grabs that.
This game doesn't feel very close because of what we've seen in the way we played as an offensive foul. But ultimately, the Pacers are within range. They're within range, but watch this. Just body-to-body block. That is an impressive timing. No foul. He got all of that ball, but I love the fact that J-Dub was about to go and try and flush that.
Mathurin is a spectacular athlete. Williams sits down. The offensive foul on SGA, his second personal. That's only their 5th turnover, with 22 turnovers for Indiana. Halliburton, Obi Toppin hits some threes early. Can't get that one to go. Hartenstein grabs another rebound. as we hit the 4-minute mark here in the third. SGA drives on Bryant. Mid-range, knocks it down.
But Hartenstein's quick screen, he flipped it so fast.
Toppin, nice pass inside. And Obi Toppin able to get it. And Toppin's got 11 points. Had some turnovers early, was struggling, has been able to do some scoring. The spin, the crossover, draws the foul, shot will not count. No basket. Came before the upward motion as Bryant will pick up his second personal.
Man, I think this is closer than we think here. I mean, he's going to feel the contact, and he's so good that he goes right into it.
Yeah, DB, I'm not sure. I don't think that this is a foul, just because the foul was on the push and then the spin.
You don't think it was a foul?
No, I'm talking about shooting foul. Shooting foul to be clear. And just look, the pull up.
Yeah, it looked right before. Isaiah Joe off the bench again. Shot clock down to 5. Hartenstein looking. Somebody's got to put it up. Hartenstein unaware. Caruso, does he get it off in time? Nope. 24-second violation.
Say what you want about the Pacers and their turnovers. They're holding 40%. That's what OKC is shooting, and it's still in his hands. They've limited their free throw attempts. The Pacers have shot more free throws than OKC so far.
Certainly the right call. Dort tries to save it, but can't. Out of bounds. By the way, our officials tonight, John Goble, Mark Davis, David Guthrie. It's an honor for these NBA refs. They get the white jacket, the white finals jacket, and that's what they all strive for. These three gentlemen have combined called 45 finals games. As Siakam will come back in. A timeout called. Exactly 3 minutes remaining in the third. An 11-point lead for the Thunder. By 11, 3 to play here, third quarter of game 1 of the 2025 finals. Packed house, including NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, as he's watching this historic team. 68 wins in the regular season, 12-4, 80-18. Only one team beat him from the Eastern Conference. It was Cleveland, in Cleveland. The point differential, when you combine regular season and playoffs, second highest in the history of the NBA. A lot of dominant wins. They also lost the game by 42, which is hard to believe. But not only has it been winning after winning, but such dominance on a nightly basis. 61 times of those 80 wins, they won by double figures.
It has been remarkable to watch their growth every year, year over year. But the jump that they made this year reminds me of the Golden State Warriors when they went on to win their first championship and then have 73 the next.
Caruso trying to stop Siakam, blocked by Dort. Again, the help defense. Caruso just got over the timeline, drives in, layup is no good. Hartenstein with the stop. Hartenstein, 9.7 boards off the bench. Mathurin, pass inside, and the finish. Tough finish from Thomas Bryant. A midseason acquisition who had a terrific Game 6 clincher against the Knicks. Hartenstein gets it, kicks it out. Caruso, corner 3. DJ McConnell as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the third.
These are always such significant moments. Can Indiana get this in single digits?
Siakam, that would have done it if he hit that one. That's Siakam's first three-point attempt. He leads them in scoring with 13. Isaiah Joe. Caruso left open. Can't hit the 3.
But you said it, DB. If you want to have a moment here, you know OKC, how they play at home. You've got to protect the ball, get good quality shots, and get back on defense if you're Indiana.
McConnell to Halliburton. And a foul. It's going to go against OKC. Lou Dort will pick up his third.
Well, Dort is a guy who absolutely tries not to ever allow himself to be screened. He's going to try to step up, but he's obviously holding Thomas Bryant, trying to bait that into the official, thinking it was going the other way.
I don't know how sometimes they call those doors because it's everybody's grabbing each other.
Mike, you're right. Thomas Bryant held him first, and then Lou held him second. Just like having kids, the second one gets caught.
As Mathurin had it knocked away. Hartenstein thought he got that clean. It's the NBA player instinct to immediately look up at the big screen and use your index finger. As you can hear from the crowd, they obviously feel it wasn't a foul. Well, that's the end of it, and it looked like it was clean from the end. And Mark Daigneault will challenge it. First challenge of the night. We'll take a timeout. 11-point lead for the Thunder. And the challenge unsuccessful as Hartenstein will be called. And that foul, watch here.
Right on the wrist. It's a simple call. Now he does sweep through and get the ball. That's when the ball comes out. But there's that Hawkeye catching all of it. And I liked it. Mathurin told them to review it. Mathurin was kind of looking at him, telling them to review. Now they just lost their challenge and they don't have it for the rest of the game.
Well, you see Mathurin, those are his regular season numbers. Obviously with some of the injuries, he played a lot. It was their third leading scorer, 16 points per game. I mean, he missed the playoffs last year with that shoulder injury. He's had some good moments. It's the free throw, our upcoming national TV schedule. ABC Saturday, WNBA in Las Vegas in San Francisco, 3 o'clock Eastern. Then ABC Sunday, game 2 of this series, right back here at OKC. Again, a half-hour earlier start, tip-off shortly after 8 Eastern.
You think the fans in San Francisco are thrilled that the Valkyries are there? First team in WNBA history, 18,000 fans per night.
Incredible. 9-point game. Just under a minute and a half remaining here in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander finds a spot. Can't get it to fall. Caruso, another tip out. Isaiah Joe hits the three. Those are the kind of intangible plays from Alex Caruso. McConnell. Bryant gets it to go. Bryant had 3 threes in the Game 6 clincher against the Knicks.
But those corner threes are the one shot that this team gives up in high volume.
And that's a big shot. Again, the Thunder trying to get one of those runs going, but the Pacers have always kind of had an answer.
Yeah, but the paint touches. Indiana's done a better job scoring in the paint. TJ merely touching the paint off the bounce, and you get a clean look from 3 in the corner.
Mathurin right up into SGA. Five left on the shot clock. Pulls back, leans in, trying to draw a foul. Shot won't go. Mathurin did a good job staying vertical. Calls from McConnell. McConnell, 9 points, 3 assists off the bench. One of the best bench players in the NBA. Whips a pass in the corner. Open 3. Siakam nails it. And it's a 6-point game.
We tried to tell you, this is a 48-minute team. It doesn't matter the turnovers, who's shooting, who's doing what.
Shot clock turned off, no fouls to give for Indiana. 4 seconds. SGA against Shepard, puts up a 3, puts it in with 7/10 of a second remaining. And the third quarter comes to an end. SGA's got 28 points. And we head to the fourth, a 9-point lead for the Thunder. Back and forth they go. Indiana found a little something here in the third. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with his third three-pointer. This presentation of the NBA Finals presented by UTV continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Finals presented by YouTube TV. Lou, you're up 9. You've been hot from 3. What's been feeling good to you tonight on the offensive end?
I mean, we're moving the ball. I've been in the right shot. My teammates did a good job finding me. I just got to shoot with confidence.
You've kept their stars relatively quiet, but the Pacers They're hanging around. What do you have to keep doing defensively in the fourth quarter to keep Siakam and Halliburton from getting hot?
Yeah, we just got to do what we do, and then, I mean, just make it tough for them. We've been doing that all year, and we got to do it tonight.
All right, thanks for your time. Mike?
Okay, Lisa, Lou Dort 4 steals. Alex Caruso with a shot in the head. A good aggressive move to the basket. And Mathurin picks up the foul. His second. This will be the first free throw of the second half for OKC.
But Indiana played better basketball in the third, and a few things contributed to that. Number one, only 2 turnovers. They made 4 threes, all of them from the corner. And Mike just said, this is his first free throw. They kept OKC off the line. All 3 of those things are part of the formula to beat them.
You know, Doris, you can see, you watch this team, their confidence and their belief has grown in the playoffs with all these comebacks. They've got talent, obviously, but they have an impressive level of fight. And you can never count them out. They've done it all season long, especially after the slow start in the regular season. But they still trail by 11. Mathurin, Siakam, Bryant, McConnell, and Shepard. McConnell jump shot. Can't get at the ball. Hartenstein, his 9th rebound. Jalen Williams. Williams finds some room, gets inside, takes his time, and banks it home.
The basketball IQ and maturity there. Attacking from different sides of the floor, using the big, taking his time. He's able to get whatever he wants in those moments. Tell me that he's in his 3rd year and he's taking his time. Look at this. Not pressured. We talked about Indiana being sped up. He's taking his time, getting to his spots, and finishing.
Caruso just picked up his 3rd foul. He was hot. Mathurin gets it, goes underneath. Williams called for the foul. That's going to be 3 on Jalen Williams. Mathurin back to the free throw line.
Just a simple back cut off the pressure outside. Mathurin is an attacker on the offensive end.
He is. You know where he went to school, DB?
Well,
I wonder.
Why are you laughing, Mike?
It's the only time you ask that question. He's an Arizona Wildcat. Free throw off the mark. UFC 316 Saturday night from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Both bantamweight belts on the line. The prelims begin at 8 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus in English and Spanish. The main card starts at 10 Eastern. Buy it at ESPNplus.com/PPB. Face, there's some nights when you watch Mathurin. He's a phenomenal athlete. If just watching, you think he might be the best player on the floor.
He's got a lot of room to grow when you look at, again, the injury last year, but he has grown so much. And having Rick Carlisle as your coach, that's going to speed things up.
Foul on McConnell. Nice backdoor cut. Wiggins got fouled on the pass from Hartenstein. McConnell's first. Officials discussing if it's going to be in the act of shooting.
So the back cut's so effective. Pascal was up in the passing lane, and it's just a little simple read by Wiggins. The hard step toward the ball first, sells that initial defender. The low man makes contact.
Wiggins, another one of those bench players, an occasional starter. Important role the last 4 years with this team. 2nd round pick out of Maryland. He's one of those whatever you need type of player on any given night.
And once you start to establish that culture as a franchise, players that are trying, whether it's in the G League, they know if they come and give 100% effort, the Oklahoma City Thunder will give you an opportunity. They will give you an opportunity to show what you have, and that's what a lot of players just ask for.
Caruso goes under the screen. Mathurin goes right at him. Inside, layup's good. There's that athleticism.
What a burst of speed, Mike. It's not easy getting past Alex Caruso.
He had a couple of big scoring games in the conference finals. Williams, Mathurin meanwhile got knocked out, able to finish. Mathurin shaken up on that play.
It's another screen assist by Hartenstein.
Mathurin still holding his right elbow. Shepard to McConnell. Matherin got in his way. Shot clock at 7. McConnell, pass deflected by Wiggins. Taken right back by McConnell. Shot clock winding down. And a whistle.
New shot clock.
They did not reset the shot clock. Mark Davis right on top of it. Because of the change in possession.
McConnell driving in the lane. That right there, once you put both hands on the ball, then it's stolen away. So that's the possession.
As soon as Wiggins touched it, the clock shot should have been reset. Now 22 on the 24. Mason Wallace back in. Siakam throws it up. Banker rolls in and out. And right there, Matherin couldn't get it to fall. Siakam had it, lost it. And it's still Pacer ball. McConnell holding. Good ball denial. Stolen by Williams. Bad pass, a turnover, and a costly one as Jalen Williams throws it down. Largest lead of the game. Timeout, Indiana.
And just watch the deny. When they're switching, that has to happen. It's always clean. Clean switch initially. Nowhere to go but the long pass. That means it's closing speed for Jalen Williams and a live ball turnover. And here comes the Oklahoma City Thunder run.
The NBA Finals are presented by YouTube TV. There's no TV like YouTube TV. In part by Burger King. At BK, have it your way. You rule. And Jurassic World Rebirth in theaters July 2nd.
Another sellout crowd night after night in what has been a magical season. Right now with 2.5 gone by here in the fourth quarter of game 1. Thunder with their largest lead of the night. Topping back in, Nembhard, Halliburton, Turner. Nembhard gets inside, count it at 1. Nembhard, tough shot, and he banks it home, and a chance for a three-point play.
Mike, over the course of a series, you learn how aggressive you have to be. You don't get to tiptoe against these guys. Look how aggressive. He is not stopping. He's ripping that ball through. If you try and go in there with any sort of finesse, with any sort of carelessness, but look how physical he aggressive he was getting into that paint.
And that's 4 fouls on Caruso. Nembhard showed his wear in the playoffs last year, was spectacular. He's had some big games again. He's got such poise under the playoff pressure. Williams, Wallace can't hit the 3. Rebound deflected off Nembhard. Toppin trying to dive to save it. Thunder ball. Good hustle from Obi Toppin, but unable to gather it in. That's a really good spot.
He knows what he needs to do there.
Now Toppin guarding Caruso. A little crossover. Caruso, a bump shot. It's good, and a foul. Caruso chaos here in the fourth quarter. It's a 14-point lead.
This guy is relentless. He's got a big in front of him. He hit him with the inside-out dribble. Then the slight pursuit of the body, so smart. Subtle enough that the official doesn't think anything of it. And the finish. Welcome to the Caruso.
Yeah, that's the proper, tonight, that's what it is. But you can't miss a free throw, Alex. Come on, man, after we're hyping you up.
Ball gets knocked. He's mad at himself. Caruso, 11 points, 4 rebounds, couple of assists, 3 steals. What an impact. A brilliant acquisition from Sam Presti. Nembhard gets inside, back out. Obi Toppin three-pointer. Got it! Obi Toppin again, his 4th three-pointer of the game.
Pressure back up, look. They don't stop. It's relentless pressure. If you have 3-4 minutes, all of a sudden they go on an 8-9-0 run and the game looks different.
So much time still left, 8.5 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Jalen Williams with Neesmith right with him. Williams pulls up, difficult shot, rolls off the rim, and then Neesmith gets the rebound. Nembhard gets away, drives inside, layup, can't get that one to fall. And Caruso comes up with a loose ball. Jalen Williams inside. Hartenstein loves that floater, too strong. Pacers have been an excellent road team in these playoffs, 6-2. Miles Turner from downtown, his first three-pointer, and it's right back to 8. Timeout OKC.
This is the team that has been the best shooting team in the playoffs, and they've just played through adversity, played through the turnovers in the first. Threes are something you will get against OKC. They're making them.
Let's look at some of tonight's key plays with YouTube TV, where you can catch up on game highlights right in the app. Plenty of highlights from Alex Caruso. Richard?
Oh, Mike, it's the Caruso show. If you've been watching him tonight, again, doing everything for his team, knocking down a three, helping out on pressure defense, multiple times coming over, making plays. Offensive rebound directly to a shooter, giving Joe a three. And then here, oh, you want him to go one-on-one? He's going to go right at Obi Toppin's body and get an and one. These are the type of plays that can inspire a team.
He's got his fingerprints all over this one. But Indiana, again on the comeback trail, down by 8. Nice feed inside. Wallace. Jalen Williams with a perfect pass, his 6th assist. Nembhard. Backs up. Offensive foul. Miles Turner, his 3rd.
Every time they need a bucket, they go after Tyrese Halliburton. Who's checking the back cut here? It's Tyrese Halliburton. Good little screen. He takes a tough angle, passes on the money. That ended the longest run of the game by Indiana. 6-zip. I mean, that for an Indiana team that is so spurtable, that can put a run on you so fast. Incredible job by OKC.
Responses from both teams as Wallace lines up, can't get the three. Rebound falls into the hands of Nembhard. 10-point game, 7 minutes remaining. Neesmith trying to find some room. Surrounded, knocked away, gets it again. Double team. Toppin, three-pointer, puts it in. Obi Toppin, his 5th three-pointer. He's got 17 points in 21 minutes. Started the game so poorly, a bunch of turnovers, but a great recovery. Williams to Dort. Dort tries a three. In and out. Halliburton tracks it down. Halliburton, 10 points. Neesmith the three. Way short. Turner fouled before the shot attempt. It's going to be the 4th team foul.
Wait, Obi just hands up, knows his teammate's in trouble, clapping, trying to make sure he knows where he is. He knows Neesmith doesn't have vision, so he's communicating with his hands like, hey, I'm open.
But it was also his man that had left him. It was his man that has left him, so that's what you're looking for, is that open man.
Turner sidestep, banks in the three. Miles Turner. It's a 4-point game as we approach the midway point of the 4th. The Pacers on another comeback. 12-2 run. SGA bumped and fouled by Nembhard. The 2-Team Canada teammates. And Nembhard picks up his 3rd.
These two guys are close.
You see a little push afterwards?
I sure did.
I saw a little push afterwards, DB.
Two guys, close friends on the Canadian national team, and he's going to make sure he walks to the free throw line and gives the push right back.
Only the 3rd and 4th free throws of the game for Gilgeous Alexander. He now has 29.
And then Turner, look, sometimes you got to be a little lucky, but how many 7-footers do you know pump fake, do a step back, and then knock it off the three?
Indiana, 16 of 34, 47% from three, continuing being the best three-point shooting team in the playoffs.
And they're 9 for 14 on corner threes. They've been the best corner three-point shooting team, and that is the shot you see Oklahoma City not concede, but give up a high volume of.
By the way, the Pacers, they're 7-1 in clutch games in this postseason. A 6-point game, just under 6 to play. Nembhard finds Turner. Turner elbow jumper, got it. Turner now with 15 points.
This is the first time that I've seen OKC with their eyes trying to figure it out. They're slowly trying to figure out how to get back in control of this game.
Williams drives and is fouled. Jalen Williams knocked down. OKC's had some important clutch victories. A couple against Denver, one against Minnesota.
Sorry, Mike. I love what they're doing with Nembhard, right? They're letting him handle the basketball and pick and roll. And he's just playing in the two-man game. Nice little bounce pass to the sweet shooting Turner.
And look, when you get into a tough spot, attack that rim. Good things happen. If you're struggling, the turnovers, whatever. But right now, we have a 4-point game with 5 minutes to go.
Williams now 16 points and 6 assists. He talked about last year when they got eliminated in the second round. It was as painful an experience in his professional career. Took him a long time before he went back and watched the game that they lost that eliminated. Gives his team a 6-point lead. He's got 8 points here in the fourth. Nembhard again aggressively goes inside. Bank shot in and out. Rebound Holmgren. Caruso pushes, but the Pacers are back. Jalen Williams, a couple of crossovers inside, layup off the glass. Halliburton the other way.
Halliburton got to get himself involved.
Layup, bank shot's good. Tyrese Halliburton makes it a 4-point game. He's got 12 points, 10 boards, and 6 assists. Inside, Holmgren layup won't go. Siakam gets it. Nembhard so aggressive. This kid is unafraid. Spins. Well defended by Dort. Shot clock at 7. Halliburton sees an opening, kicks it out. Turner a 3. And Caruso the rebound. A great look that wouldn't fall. Right now, OKC clinging to a 4-point lead here in game 1 of the finals. SGA the drive, SGA the finish.
That is a ridiculous finish.
It's the need that's more important than the finish, in my opinion.
Halliburton in the corner. Nembhard back up top. Holmgren guarding Halliburton. On the drive, pull back, step back, three-pointer. And Jalen Williams goes high for the rebound with 3.5 remaining. Pacers showing their grit and their fight. Will it be enough? SGA the drive, the foul, block shot. As he's going to take a brief rest as Halliburton picks up his first.
Mike, we talked at the top of the show about the poise, the demeanor he brings with. There's a calmness to what he does. He's under duress from the outset of the possession, and yet he plays with calmness. How about the ability to hang in the air, make the adjustment? That helps you become an MVP. Look at this finish.
That is difficult. But on the other end, Tyrese Halliburton, he has these games where he goes in and out, where he can be dominant and look like one of the best players in the league. And there's other dates where he puts up 12, 10, and 6. Those are tour dates. Your best player can't put up tour dates in the NBA Finals.
Rick Carlisle upset.
You're laughing because he's upset, Mike?
No. You make me laugh.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Pacers got called for a delay of game. That's what Carlisle was arguing about. They took it away now. That's important because if you get a second one, it's a technical foul. SGA now at 33. He was telling us the other day, coming into his first finals game, he remembers as a 9-year-old shooting fadeaways, pretending he's at the buzzer, putting up a shot in the finals game. And here he is, his first finals game. He's put up 33. He's taking a lot of shots, 13 for 27. Clutch free throws right there. Lead back to 8. SGA switches up. Halliburton on the drive. Gets into the paint. Wild shot. Way off. Rebound. Siakam. And a shot won't go, but a foul. And 2 free throws for Pascal Siakam. Wallace is second.
Well, this is where Indiana has been a number of times. They are 7-1 in clutch games.
Meanwhile, Siakam, last time he played the finals game was Game 6, the clincher, as Toronto defeated Golden State. He had 26 points and 10 rebounds in that finals game. Misses that one though. He might be the least talked about star player in the NBA. They talk about him a lot in Indiana. Tonight, 16 points, 9 rebounds.
But Mike, that was one of the things I was always taught when I got into this league. If you want them to talk about you, your performance in the postseason, how consistently you do it in the postseason. You do that a couple of times, and all of a sudden your name becomes on the top of the list.
But he has struggled in the playoffs at the free throw line. They're going to call a lane violation on the second missed free throw. Boy, you could go weeks and weeks watching NBA games and you won't see a free throw lane violation. Mark Daigneault taking a look.
But he does a little something funky with his hand right before. That hand is off the ball as it's still going up. It looks unique. And yes,
everybody's in the lane.
Because they know he struggles from the free throw line, Mike.
Oh, he's going to get one more. Alex Caruso pleading his case to David Guthrie. So Toppin will come in. Turner will sit down. 3:07 remaining. OKC is led by as many as 15, but the Pacers have cut it to 4 multiple times here in the fourth. That's what he's facing. Had that little hitch again, but this one goes down. Hard, full court pressure. Oh, and Imar runs over Caruso, tried to pick up an off-the-ball charge. Officials say play on. Here comes the double. Ball lost, and a foul called. So it's going to go against Halliburton. Both teams are in the penalty. So free throws the rest of the way on fouls.
And look, they keep bringing Halliburton up every single time, and that is a foul. That's the right call. Tyrese knows it. But how many times, DB, are they bringing him up in a pick and roll, trying to attack him?
No question. And it's interesting, Richard, both teams now downsized completely. No center on the floor, no Hartenstein, no Chet for OKC.
SGA 87% from the free throw line in the playoffs. Another 35-point game. Make it 36. They've hit 11 of 13 free throws here in the fourth. Lead up to 9. Nembhard pushing it up the floor. Double team. Knocked away. Gets it back. Toppin wanted to shoot. Caruso wouldn't let him. Nesmith drills it. Rattles it home. Nesmith with his third three-pointer. Every time OKC gets a little breathing room, the Pacers have an answer. 6-point game with 2.5 to play. SGA kicks it out. Williams fakes, fires, three-pointer. Nesmith the rebound. Nesmith and Nembhard play catch.
Tyrese is not even the main ball handler at this point in time because the defense has been so aggressive.
Nembhard steps back, three-pointer. Got it! Three-pointer from Nembhard. It's a three-point game with 1:59 remaining. He's hit some big threes in his brief playoff career. Some anxiety here for the fans in Oklahoma City. Wallace kicks it out. Dort, three-pointer. Williams couldn't grab it. Halliburton back to Nesmith. Nesmith the drive inside. Blocked by Dort. Oh, what a rejection from Lou Dort. SGA drives. The finish. It's good. He's a scoring machine. He's got 36. Caruso called for the foul.
Lou Dort, all defensive team. Watch this challenge. Straight verticality. Then the block, the discipline. This is ridiculous. Stay straight. Those arms can come over if contact forces it. He stays positioned.
That is just so difficult. On the other end, this is what they do. They turn turnovers, great defense, into fast-paced transition opportunities, and then Shea just finishes off the job.
Nembhard hits the free throw. 13 points, 4-point game.
We heard Rick Carlisle saying, you've got to attack off the drive. This is what has made Nembhard successful in this half.
2 clutch free throws right there. Again, both teams in the penalty. Each team with multiple timeouts. The Thunder clinging to this 3-point lead. SGA the drive inside, shot blocked. Siakam throws it back. Nembhard, Denise Smith up top, Toppin. Under a minute remaining. Nembhard and Wallace. Step back, three-pointer. Short, rebound, the follow. Siakam puts it in. 1-point game.
Boy, Siakam just so opportunistic. Makes the block on one end, keeps moving. He is a relentless mover, Siakam.
SGA guarded by Nembhard. Back up top, Jalen Williams. Shot clock at 5. Williams on the drive, gets in the paint, puts it up off the glass, won't go. Fight for the rebound. It's loose. Picked up by Siakam, and Siakam's out of bounds. Thunder ball with 22.5, but Indiana might challenge.
Every player on Indiana is asking for that challenge right now. We have a timeout.
But is it more about the proximate foul, perhaps? Or is it?
No foul was called, though. Siakam falling down. We'll take a timeout. 22.5 seconds remaining right now. It's OKC ball and a 1-point lead. Right now, the rule is, or the ruling, Siakam out of bounds. But watch Cason Wallace and Siakam. There's some contact there. Will they deem it marginal or illegal? If they deem it illegal, Siakam's going to shoot 2 free throws and give the Pacers a chance for their first lead of the game.
And I feel like this challenge is all about, I think they know this is off Pascal. They are challenging what they believe is approximate foul.
Well, and look, right now, the Knicks, Cleveland, Milwaukee are all telling the OKC fans, we told you so. This team is relentless. They do not stop. It doesn't matter what the lead or the score is. They continue to pursue.
They've won twice in these playoffs after trailing by 20. 3 times they've trailed by 7 or more in the final minute to come back and win. Their largest deficit, 15. Here's John Goble.
After review, Siakam is the last to touch the ball prior to going out of bounds. There is no foul proximate to the play. The challenge is unsuccessful.
So OKC will inbound. Again, that's a loose ball. 2 guys going for it, and they deem it marginal contact. Siakam obviously felt otherwise.
You think so?
Now the key here, obviously getting the ball in bounds.
Not an easy spot on the floor to try to inbound it from, Mike.
SGA has it. There's about a 9-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander spins, pulls up, jumper. Off the mark, won't go. Rebound, Neesmith. The Pacers with a chance to win it. Final seconds, no fouls to give. Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving, pulls up, jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 0.3 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Halliburton does it again. Their first lead of the game. This crowd absolutely stunned as the Pacers take a 1-point lead.
Look, this is what you want. The MVP with his signature pull-up. Great defense by Indiana. They get the ball. He takes his time. He goes. He's not afraid of the moment. He is the moment. That is what Tyrese Halliburton has been doing all postseason. Taking his time, you give him half a step and knocks it down with .3.
No hesitation in those big moments. He wants the ball in his hands. He wants the ball to shoot the big shot. He did it against Milwaukee. This game 5 in the first round, down 7 in the final minute, hit big shots. This, of course, a heartbreaking play for Cavs fans. Gets his own rebound, goes back. Another incredible comeback against the Cavaliers. And then against the Knicks on that unbelievable game at Madison Square Garden. Hits what was a 2-pointer, forced the overtime, and they won again. And now there's 0.3 of a second remaining. Plenty of time for a catch and shoot.
I love that he didn't call a timeout. You know, allow them to get the matchups they want. And you trust your guy.
And I like it by Rick Carlisle because they have one timeout. So if you miss it, foul, you have a chance to advance. That's why they had to go.
All right, so OKC to inbound. They still have one timeout if they have trouble getting it in. They're going to put Obi Toppin on the inbounder, Caruso. But this has to be a catch and shoot. No dribble, no turn. 0.3 of a second remaining. And now Rick Carlisle will call a timeout. That's his last timeout.
You entered Holmgren into the basketball game to give you that vertical threat. He has been a sneaky scorer on the baseline.
He has, but I've watched a lot of these finals games. I've been blessed to play in 4 of them. Indiana doing what they have done against this team in this arena. They've turned the ball over. They've been struggling, and all they did is show up and keep playing.
Meanwhile, remember in the second round, game 1 here in OKC against Denver, the Nuggets came back and won game 1. This one they've led by 15, 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Of course, coming up after the game, flip over to ESPN Sports Center with our guy Scott Van Pelt, who's here. He'll be in Oklahoma City, full post-game coverage and analysis.
Now, there is no goaltending off of this. We remember the Valley Oop in Phoenix. Yes. There is no goaltending on either side. So you want to have a big guy by the rim for the lob. They can block it away. They can do anything else.
So Mark Daigneault, these are the type of inbound plays, last-second plays that teams work on over and over again during the course of a regular season to get precise execution. Again, key for OKC, if they have trouble getting inbounds, they can still call a timeout. Holmgren, Williams, SGA, and Wallace. Caruso will inbound. Caruso looking, throws it up on the rim, knocked away, and Indiana takes game 1. Shocking the Thunder here at OKC. The comeback kids do it again. What a victory for the Pacers as Tyrese Halliburton's heroics take center stage.
Mike, this crowd is stunned. We are stunned on this broadcast. But to see what they've done over and over and over again. Tyrese Halliburton. I said it earlier. Your best player can't put up tour dates. And Lisa's got him.
Tyrese, just take me through that last possession. You guys didn't call timeout. Take me through the last game possession.
Yeah, man, we got to stop. And coach trusts us in those moments to not call timeouts. Trust me in those moments. Guys trust me, and just trying to make a play. So, man, basketball's fun, man. Winning is fun. That's a great win for us.
How about the defensive possession? There was still .3 left.
Yeah. Big time play. Miles did a great job at the rim. They tried to do you know, a pin down to get him out of the action so I could throw the lob. Miles got around it, good tip, and man, it's a total team effort. We had so many guys chip in. Obi was huge off the bench. Miles in the fourth, Andrew Nemhard in the fourth. So many guys step up, and just really proud of this group.
Tyrese, you guys were down 15 in the fourth quarter. Just how were you able to just hang around long enough to steal this one?
Man, we just had to figure out how to win in so many different ways all year. Past 2 years, there's so many weird different ways, and we just figured out we're a resilient group, and just really proud of this group.
And you said it, you guys have done it over and over and over again in these playoffs. You've had these tremendous comebacks. Just what makes this team so relentless?
Man, we just we keep believing, and we stay together. And it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it hits 0, and we just keep pushing. So, like I said, really proud of this group.
All right, congrats on the win. We'll see you game 2.
Appreciate it.
Mike?
His first NBA Finals game, and he finishes it with another clutch game winner. The Pacers didn't have a lead in this game until there were 0.3 of a second remaining. They're now 7-2 on the road. And Halliburton continues an amazing stretch. He hasn't played a ton of playoff games yet, but he has been magnificent at clutch time and gets the win here in game 1 of the finals as the Thunder, for the second time in these playoffs, lose game 1 at home. Of course, game 2 right back here in Oklahoma City on Sunday. Earlier start, tip-off shortly after 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Remember, this is a team that had 20 turnovers in the first half, but they hung around, and then made all the big plays down the stretch. Again, join us Sunday night, game 2, what has become now a very interesting NBA Finals. For our producer, Tim Corrigan, director Mike Schwab, for Doris Burke, Richard Jefferson, Lisa Salters, our entire crew. Coming up next to most of these ABC stations, your late local news over at ESPN Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. Good night from Oklahoma City. Thanks for watching ABC, home of the NBA Finals.